The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Jamb, has opened Jamb registration for the 2026 UTME examinations. With the sale of forms back in the spotlight, questions are now being raised about the cost and credibility of the process. Trust TV's Noel Sampson examined the situation and now reports.
Sale of the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination Registration Form started on January 26th and runs through February 28, 2026. Candidates pay about 7,200 naira for the form alone. With the optional mock exam, total fees can reach around 8,700, depending on the center and service charges. Over the past decade, the core UTME application fee has changed several times. Between 2016 and 2018, forms sold for around 5,000 naira. After compliance, the federal government cut the core fee to 3,500 naira in 2019. That base raised has stayed the same since, even as inflation pushed up additional charges for CBT services and mock exams. From 2023 to 2025, total costs hovered between 6,200 naira and 7,700 naira due to those extra fees. For 2026, Jamb says the core fee remains 3,500 naira, making 9 years without a hike in the base price. Still, with an estimated 130 million Nigerians living below poverty line, many households are struggling with rising costs. We spoke with an educationist and several parents to get the views.
Well, the question is a bit relative because while some can afford it, I know a very good number can't afford it. Why I say so is looking at the government schools, that their school fees is even as low as 4,900. You discover that a lot of parents can't even afford to pay their school fees.
And it's something that is once in a year. So 12 months preparation, you can afford it.
Jamb form at that cost is not too cost for every Nigerian to us, at least to it's not what a Nigerian cannot afford.
Not all households that can afford that 7,000 something for Jamb. Even the last one they wrote last year, I think it was 4,000 something, and yet many children, many families couldn't afford it.
The price to me is too much for a 2 or 3 hours exam. They are charging so much. You understand? To me, is. But when you look at what they are inputting now, they say it's now CCTV or whatever you guys call it. In our day, whatever you do is to shade. You understand? It's to shade. If you don't know the question, you answer it, they deduct or mark. That was the Jamb then.
Beyond cost concerns, some Nigerians are questioning Jamb's credibility and asking if the exam should be scrapped or reformed. We asked our interviewees for their honest views.
I would say Jamb has not lost its credibility because Jamb is, in fact, Jamb started this whole CBT thing. So I would say Jamb has not lost its credibility. But the only thing I will say is that it shouldn't be a criteria to gain admission into the higher institution. The students are made to write WAEC, NECO, some GCE as the case may be. That should be enough to make students gain admission into the higher institution. But subjecting them to Jamb, and after Jamb, they will still have to do post-UME or UTME in universities or polytechnics. It's like duplicating exams for these students. And sometimes, even after going through all these hassles, they still don't gain admission.
So my own opinion, I would have wished if Jamb even can be cancelled totally, because it doesn't make much sense. You write Jamb this year, and you didn't get admission this year, that one is gone. Next year you register again, you continue writing. If it can be cancelled, then if you make your SSCE, you seek admission in any university of your choice. If you're able to make it, they give you admission, you go, good and fine.
I would rather advise they should institutionalize Jamb, give your hand over to WAEC, let them arrange it. You know that once they grade you, the grading is permanent and reasonable. The way they do WAEC, let there be an arrangement with WAEC. Oh, please grade this student for us. You want that can have this result, you want that can have the result, you will medicine, you ever do engineering, you can take any of the school and get to admission at your pace. If I wrote WAEC in 2020, I can still use it now, isn't it? That goes.
With education still a key driver of opportunity, stakeholders say access to university must stay fair, affordable, and credible for all Nigerian students. Well, Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.